So over there, way over here, is Georgetown University. Got amazing architecture. And over here, you can't see it, but Lincoln Memorial, all the monuments by the DC Mall are in that area. But I needed this day off, like you cannot imagine. This is good for my soul. This out. So it says here that this schmuck John Mason had built this elegant summer home in 1792 to 1830, and it was the center of Washington and Georgetown society. A few bricks are all that remain of this former splendor. Well, I don't see any. Every time I come here, even in the winter when all the leaves are dead and you can't see anything. But it once stood here. Hello, little guy. So I'm glad that they post this, right? Just to get kind of familiar with what poison ivy looks like. And I was gonna say, just stay on the trail, don't go off path, because the moment you start stepping on the grass area, you don't know what you're stepping on. It could be poison ivy, it could be a nest of a sort, whether it's a wasp or hornets, could be snakes. So I always say, stay in the dirt path. That's the safest. However, however, I remember going on some trail close to home, and I was staying on the dirt path, and it was wide like this. So this is wide enough for like 2 people to walk by, even 3 people comfortably, you know. So I'm walking on this dirt path, and kind of right in the middle, see where, you know, you got rocks, whatever. There was a little, once in a while you would see plants here and there. And I remember just kind of walking, not really thinking too much of it. And then so we're not that far away from the Ronald Reagan Airport, so that's why you're going to hear a lot of these airplanes passing by. And plus, you know, we're not that far away from the White House. So anyways, so I was walking on this dirt path, and I remember stepping on it, right, on this little patch of area that had greenery and whatnot. And as I'm walking back to the car, this is maybe a quarter mile in, right? So as I'm walking back to my car, I'm close to my car, and I walk back on a grassy little area, kind of like this. So you got little patches of grass, but it was more, you know. And as I'm walking back, I realized, yeah, I had a little bit of grass, a few leaves, but they were actually poison ivy. And so when I got back to my car, I decided I'm going to grab a trash bag. I had some latex gloves, and so I took off my boots, shoved them in there in the bag, dumped the gloves in there too. And then when I got home, I just cleaned my boots with, you know, soapy water, and that's enough to get rid of whatever poison ivy. Because if I were to get it back in my car and I'm stepping on the floor mat in my car with poison ivy, it's going to leave that residue in the floor mat and on the brake and gas pedals. And then next time I go back in my car with my whatever cute shoes, you know, going to the office or whatever, or my flip-flops, then those eventually are gonna, you know, touch the poison ivy. And then when I go back into the house, God forbid, I take a few steps, you know what I mean? You're bringing that stuff into the house. And at a certain point, you may get exposed to it, and that's a big no-no. So I was going to say, just stay on the dirt path and you'll be fine. But even when you're in the dirt path, you should really always pay attention and look. And that's why I walk slow when I go hiking, because I'm always mindful of where I'm looking, but I also like to look around, see what's around you. I hope you're all having a good day. It's a beautiful day today. Chat with you later. What's up, guys? I'm finding that this Facebook page is my outlet sometimes, to just kind of say what's on my mind. And some people are just like, don't send me a friend request. I don't want you selling me stuff. Well, I'm not fucking selling you stuff. Yeah, I'll be posting shit about my, you know, jewelry and art, whatever, but you also get a shitload of other stuff. Me as a human being, because I think a great way to connect with people, yeah, it's through art, but also your humanity, and to see what you have in common with them, what you don't have in common with them. See what I mean? So anyways, trying to juggle everything. Hold on. I got myself a cup of coffee, and then the camera keeps slipping. Anyways, I'm a hot mess today. Anyways, little Allie update. So I kind of pushed her a bit. I got super excited about, I see deer. Hello. Peekaboo. Where's your mama? Now, For a short gal like myself, that deer can stand on two legs and he's going to be much taller than I. I know it's young and it's skittish. You just never know. You know, I'm petite, I'm short, you can run me over fucking quite easily. So, here we go. I'm trying not to scream. I'm just gonna hang over here. Get all startled. I need to walk over. So you need to go deeper in the woods or something. Where's your mama? I don't want to spook it. I usually see people coming by here. It's the first time I see no one. My dear, I just need to get on by. You need to eat. And I need to keep... Oh, see, there's more people coming. Okay. Okay, so I passed the deer already. That's why I'm looking up and down and everywhere, because you just never know. This is why I like this island. You do see a lot of deer, a lot of fox, just a lot of wildlife. I see always these little paths, and in the winter I like to go, but not right now because it's very overgrown. And usually people who like to fish, they go there, or when they're going canoeing. Anyways, so like I was saying, I started taking Allie to the park very slowly, just taking the carrier, putting her in a picnic table. We just hang out, and at the very beginning it was, you know, slow and steady. And then sure enough, I saw that she liked the stroller. So anyways, I did the mistake of getting overly excited because Allie seemed to be really enjoying the stroller and whatnot. And not this past weekend, but the weekend before was the first time that I took Allie to the Arboretum, Saturday, Sunday, and then I took last Monday off and I took her there. Mind you, every single time I go, we're there for about 3 to 4 hours. That's a long ass time. Even though she's not walking, she's in the stroller, but still she's an old cat and she needs her rest. Because I keep forgetting, but I need to see it as it's like a 90-year-old woman. You can push her in a wheelchair, but you know, 3-4 hours later, they're fucking exhausted, and then it's a 45-minute drive one way. So, yeah, I got caught up in the moment. I just got caught up in the moment, and you know, of course I was really enjoying our time together, and she seemed to be really happy, very alert. But then last week, Thursday, I tried to take her to the park, the local park, and she was meowing in protest, and she was showing signs she wasn't, you know, too happy. And so I just, you know, decided, okay, fine, I'm just gonna, you know, whatever, go home. And she ended up peeing in her carrier on her way back home, and it was either two things. I thought to myself, either she had her bladder full, and that's why she was protesting, because she wasn't in the mood, because her bladder was full, or she was doing it out of spite to show me, like, get me the fuck home. I could respect that. So sure enough, I think it was the second option, because I tried to take her back again on Saturday morning, and she was having the same sassy attitude. And so I crazy cat lady here, I ended up putting a small kitty litter box inside the trunk of my car. And when she started getting sassy when we first got in the car, I picked her up and I put her in the trunk of the car in the litter box, and she, sure enough, ended up peeing in there. So I was like, okay, great, maybe that's why she was protesting, because her bladder was full. Nay. No, she was just not happy. So I immediately brought her back home. And that's when I went to the Arboretum by myself, and like a needy chick, being all sad because, you know, Allie twice has rejected me. And so, hold on. Look at this view. Now it's fucking humid in here because obviously I'm in a little island in the middle of the Potomac River, so humidity is rather high. And I've been walking and talking. So anyways, I was feeling really sad about it, right? Because I'm like, well, maybe Allie doesn't want to go out to the park anymore, and I guess that's the end of our time together outside, and we'll just be inside. And I'm thinking, no, because I know she was starting to get depressed, and how depressing can it be to be inside the house all day, no access to windows? And so I'm like, the thought of not being able to take her out anymore because she doesn't want to go out was really heartbreaking. And I ain't gonna lie, I was very sad. I was very emotional when I was at the Arboretum. But I thought about it and I'm like, well, she's a 90-year-old woman, kind of, right? Look at the waves. So boat had just passed and it created a lot of waves. Anyways, thinking about it, I just had to remind myself, no, you can still have outdoor time with Allie. I can't push it. I got overly excited. Taking her out 3 days in a row, 3 to 4 hours each day, plus the driving time. It was way too much, so that was my fault. And she's probably like, no, I need a week or so to recover. Because I'm kind of like that, you know, if I go out at night and I stay up past my bedtime and there's not even alcohol involved, it takes me like 2 or 3 days to like recover, only because I'm just not used to like being out that much, you know what I mean? So I get it. I just need to not be so depressed and clingy, set the bar low, because she's gonna have good and bad days, and so I need a backup plan. So if the weather's nice and she's not up for it, okay, boom, hurry up, bring her back home, and for me to switch gears and go out and do something on my own. Look at the weird shit that I find. You see that? Which are M&Ms on the ground. Anyways, that's all I gotta say about Allie. I really wanted to bring her here just because it's a really nice place, and I wouldn't go on these dirt trails because that's like too much movement with the stroller. So, but I wanted to just take her like where the Roosevelt Monument is, and that's just more scenic and it's just easier on the legs and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Anyways, that's the little update. I'll chat with you later. Ooh. I can never get enough of this place. DC is amazing. If you ever make it in here, definitely explore DC. Boy, oh boy. So, that is never your friend. Anytime you see like fuzzy stuff, like fuzzy vines or whatever, going up on a tree, this is where I'm gonna turn back. That's never a good, it's not good. It's not fuzzy. It doesn't want to be cuddled or anything like that. Anytime you see fuzzy stuff, it's probably most likely poison ivy. So anytime you're hiking and you're going up and down steep hills, make sure that you know, hold on. So even like this, which I just passed, a lot of people won't know this is also poison ivy. So anytime you see 3 leaves in a little branch, like this one, 3 leaves in one branch, that's in the poison ivy family. Now, leaves can be, you know, different shapes. See, 3 leaves in one. Yeah, they could be like different shaped leaves, but if there's 3 in one little branch, then you know it's most likely in the poison ivy family. So anyway, seeing poison ivy there, and then on the trunk, I'm like, you know what? This little part of the trail is very overgrown, and it wasn't like this before. I mean, I do remember this place being a little overgrown, but it's a hot mess right now. So I'm gonna turn back around and not go there, because the trunk had poison ivy, and it's like, well, just go over it. Well, first of all, I got short ass legs, okay? I'm a shorty, and in order for me to jump there or step up, I need something to hold on to in order to keep my my bearings. And you know, most likely I'm gonna stick my hand out or my arms out trying to hold on and stabilize myself so that I don't fall, and I'll end up touching the poison ivy. Missed that step. How cool, huh? Cute little mushrooms. I love this island. So it's pretty greenery and compact dirt on one side, and this one is definitely a bit more swampy when you got your little, I forgot what those are called, pussy tails, maybe? Some tails. I know it's a cattail thing. But yeah, this side is very swampy, and so it's pretty cool. It's really cool how, you know, this tiny little island is so diverse in plants. If you are a bird watcher, you would definitely love coming here because there's always tons of stuff here. I would recommend coming here early in the morning. I think if you really want to, you know, spot wildlife, especially birds, go first thing in the morning. They're more active. I think as the day goes on, they kind of spread out more, looking for food, that sort of stuff. But I've always been super lucky with grabbing some really great photography first thing early in the morning. But this is one of my favorite spots. And this one really takes you, obviously, further in to the little swampy area, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So sometimes when you talk about swamps, I'm envisioning this beautiful swampy area and not necessarily the creepy one from where monsters hide. But I love coming here and just chilling, watching nature. It's exactly what I needed today.